good morning, and to some, good afternoon. Real quick, I really didn't want to interject myself or even my thoughts in a lot of things, at least not at this particular time. But when it comes to this B1 situation, let me explain this real quick. This B1 versus the so-called the gatekeepers. I first heard of B1 from Professor Black Truth, and then just recently somebody put me on to Jason Black when they made a comment on one of my videos and said that, you know, check out this guy, you might like him based on what it is that you say a lot of times. And then the third guy, he is who he is. But I never really fully had any intricate knowledge of what B1 means. I actually thought it was black first, so I thought that was it. But now with this all this recent anarchy that's going about on social media spaces, especially the Twitter space, which I just started using frequently now, it seems that a lot of people are coming at these guys based on the fact that they said B1 is what it should be, what I've always believed that it should be from the beginning. That means for black unity, a global black unity all around the world. Now, you got this younger generation of people coming up who want to make a name for themselves by any means possible. And from what I understand, they call themselves the tribe keepers. These people believe that it's all about black Americans and black Americans only, that F the Africans, we ain't uniting with them. They ain't nothing but tethers. And I actually go back and forth here and there with these guys just to try to get a concept on what allows them to think this way. You see, when you're in the war, and those who are able to strategize and gain alliances are normally the ones who come out victoriously. Look at World War One, World War Two in recent memory with Germany and how it took a few other countries to become allies to fight against what was a dominant world power. It changes nothing. Nothing changes when it comes to the strategies of war. And if you are admitting that you are in a war, but yet you're determined to cut off your alliances, those who will be your allies, and those who are more in number than you, those who are in places that have resources in order to build wealth, you're an absolute idiot. And you will get demolished. You will get ran over, trucked. There's no survival for people like this. And I'm probably going to say a lot about this in days to come, but I just wanted to give my first thoughts on this, man. And it's just sad because to me, I can clearly see that this is another trickery from those at the top who run things, not just in America, but globally. There's no doubt in my mind that every time progression is made, unity begins, the bridges begin to close, the wounds begin to heal between Africans and African Americans, that you will always have a new movement that will come to cause divide. And like they say, these people are paid and bought for because you're going to have the platforms that they run on give them more say, more time, more views by design, in order to make sure that that divide is always there. I can't tell you how many times that I get a video that run across my YouTube and I don't want to watch it. But for weeks upon weeks upon weeks upon weeks, no matter how old the video is, I go up and pull out my feed for YouTube. There that video is at the top again. These things are done by design, believe it or not. And only a few people could really see clear, but sometimes you just need a few to spark that flame that will ignite a whole entire people. And we understand that, as I say, being on code, A lot of black Americans are not on code, especially for the baby boomer generation. They are completely not on code, and they have never been. They are the reason why we're in this mess in the first place. Then you have people from Generation X, Generation Z, millennials. It's so divided. And it's more so that black women are being misled because, let's face it, man, the woman will always be the easiest to deceive. And that's why the Democratic Party uses black women. Because they understand that they are very easy to deceive. And that's why, because it's not in the nature of a woman to be in a leadership. That was always meant for a man, and man was created to lead. But that's another subject for another day. But this right here, this is simply about the fact that these people who are against the Be One movement are the worst enemies to black progress, to black generational wealth, to black empowerment. They serve no purpose but to keep black Americans weakened and in small numbers, whereas they can't accomplish anything. They are your ultimate enemy right now. They're a bigger threat than white supremacists because you have people within your own army that are sabotaging the outcome. So when you have an army and half of that army, half of your generals, half of your soldiers are plotting against you, you won't even make it to the big stage. And that's what's happening right now. That you have these so-called tribe keepers acting in the best, how should I say, in the best interest of the very people they say that they're against. I even heard someone say that Africans are not black. That is the most idiotic thing that I've ever heard. Their blood is more pure black than ours. We come from the continent no matter which way you slice and dice it. Their blood is more pure black than our blood. I have so many people on Twitter calling me a tether, can't even understand that I'm a black American. It's always, oh, you jealous of FBAs. I'm like, you dickhead, I am FBA. It is amazing, man. It is truly, truly, truly amazing. But anyway, I just wanted to give my thoughts early on because, like I said, I think that it's going to be necessary for me to really speak on to this. And it might become a daily activity for me because this needs to be put to death, put to rest right away before it gains any more traction. This is not okay. This is not okay. This is not for the culture. And speaking of the culture, we have a culture that needs to be completely overhauled. From what we eat, from what we listen to, from what we watch, to the things we say, to the way we move. That's why so many people are off code and going their own way. Because the culture's all over the place. We have to understand how to identify our lower tiers to our mid tiers to our high level tiers. We have to be able to move forward and understand that we have to leave the lesser of us behind, the losers, the nobodies, those who can't do anything, who don't build families, who can't speak a proper sentence, who all about this low style, low lifestyle. Got to leave that behind. You can't move forward and unite with others and carry that baggage with you. That baggage is only going to keep you down, anchor you down to the ground. We've already been grinded to powder damn near each and every day for 400 or 500 years. You got to understand there's a lot of us that can come along for this journey. And I don't have the same ideas or theology or ideology as a lot of other people. Mine is based off what I see and can be proven as factual evidence and experience. Others may have facts that carry their narrative. experiences that carry their narrative. But understand this, we all seek the same outcome. And we are not dividing each other, but we're here to unite each other. I don't worry when I'm in West Africa. I don't worry about the people who are not for what I'm for. I could care less. I wouldn't even spend energy on that. But I know that there are multitudes of those who are with me, who are looking for the same outcome that I'm looking for, and others that are here also. So that's what you focus on. This reminds me of the very thing that these so-called Christians talk about. They say they believe in God, and God got them, but they spend their whole life talking about the devil. I'm a believer. I'm not a Christian, I'm a believer. I never speak such, because the devil's not my concern. The concern is, am I aligned with the Father and the Son through the Son? Am I protected? Because as long as I'm protected, I don't concern myself with that over there. People who are not protected concern themselves with such things. This class of people who call themselves the gatekeepers or the tribe keepers, whatever, they are not a protected class. They have no protection, and they will never have any protection. So when this all pops off and we move forward and they're left behind, they're going to be the ones getting slaughtered. They have no backing. They have no foundation. They have no culture. They have no strategy. They have nothing but talk. Talk is all they about. Pull any one of these people's resume. I guarantee you that none of them built a goddamn thing. I know their type. I know their kind. That's why I would never assimilate with such a people. They are an enemy to be put down. A dog with rabies. Put it down while you still can.